Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so, as I often do, I take tea leaves from wherever I can, and right now I'm listening to Ticket TV, who just gave us some news that Draymond Green potentially wants to be a Los Angeles Laker when his contract expires at the end of this season. Um, the Lakers will have some obvious cap space money with few players leaving us a whole lot of cap space. We got $47 million coming off the books at the end of the season with, of course, Russell Westbrook potentially leaving. We don't expect to return salary. I don't think that would otherwise put us in a position to not be players with that same amount. So basically, what I'm expecting is that anything we would trade Westbrook for would either be someone we would be bringing into that would be expiring as well, like Kyrie Irving, for example. I look at that would be a possibility, but not someone that's on multiple years, because I do believe the Lakers are going to want as much money as humanly possible for next summer. So Draymond Green wants that bag. He knows that essentially the Golden State Warriors are a different team than they were a week ago when he did what he did, and it stands to reason why he would just think it's time to move on. They would think it's time to move on as well, with the video being leaked and everything. It's just one of those situations where it's kind of awkward at this point. Your speculation makes you think that they released it as an organization, but because you don't really know, it makes it so that people have to lie or defend themselves against the presence of this. It just makes it so that it's not a family-oriented space anymore. In my humble opinion, from the outside looking in, it's just not family. I'm not gonna say family oriented, but it doesn't appear to look like the same type of family atmosphere. I was looking at them yesterday, since I'm a Laker fan. Obviously, got a chance to look at them yesterday in the preseason, and that team obviously needs a lot of work in terms of repairing their relationship, as Kevon Looney alluded to. Everybody has to, heal, and of course, Draymond has a long way to go to regain his trust in that locker room. But I think more than anything, it just looked like the team had been hit by something that severed them. This did not look like a team that had just won a championship. When you consider all the teams that were fighting for an opportunity to win it, I look over at that bench, and that's the squad that won it, and they look miserable. So that right there just tells me how bad this situation has gotten, and what the presence of it being public has done. I do believe if it was just simply a punch and they had to deal with it internally, maybe they suspend him internally, maybe they fine him, whatever. Maybe they duke it out behind the scenes as men. And because we never find out how it went down, it's not something that becomes an embarrassing situation. It's embarrassing because everybody who was there seen it, but now it's much more real when the world sees it, when mama sees it, when everybody, wife sees it, etc. So now it's an entirely different dynamic, and because of that, Draymond thinks he's been attacked naturally by it being released. Jordan Poole's wondering if the people who released it really have his back, because obviously they let him look this way. And it's just one of those situations where it's like, who trusts whom now in this organization? Are people really going to run through a wall for one another at this point? Even if Draymond gets traded, who's to say that the videographer, the video person, won't do this again? I mean, I don't know if the Golden State Warriors can ever be the same. I don't know. But nevertheless, I do believe that moving off from Draymond Green is the next order of business. He's thinking they're going to allow that contract to expire and let him finish the season as a Warrior. I'm not certain that's happening. We'll see. He's been there for a long time. They have strong relationships. Maybe they can work this out. But like I said, with this being released, it's not as simple as guys just shaking hands and running the fade and everything going back to normal. I don't know if one side will be able to forgive the other, even if the other side can forgive. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing now. So that's over with. I think a trade is imminent. I do believe he's going to get traded. Now, I don't know that he's going to be traded to the Lakers, because as we talked about yesterday, that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of the salaries and what it takes to make that deal happen. It's much more complicated than it should probably be. It's easier to move him somewhere else if you're the Golden State Warriors and get back what you want. Who that team would be, didn't do much thinking. I'm sure he has his suitors, because he's a defensive guy who can help Lee offensively, in terms of making guys play better. So if you're lacking a facilitator, if you need a point guard, he can do the things that point guards do from his position, of course. And one of the only people who can contribute defensively just as much as he contributes offensively. So that's something that's very important. When you consider two-way stars, we often think about guys who are fluid in shooting motions and who can hit a lot of percentages and all that, but you don't think about the guy who makes the pass on the offensive end that gets everybody the ball and then makes the defensive play on the other man that also brings everybody together. So Draymond's specialty is that, and it's his value in this league. But unfortunately, the shooting deficiencies are a thing, and we talk about it all the time. We think about slotting him into different teams. You got to make sure that the team he goes to doesn't have a non-shooter on the floor with him for the majority of the time. This is the issue the Lakers have with Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. It's going to be the issue they have if they slap LeBron James and Draymond Green together as well. They're just on the floor too long together for them to both be non-shooters. You can put J.J. Redick and Ray Allen and Dirk Nowitzki around them, and then it'll probably make more sense because you have fluid shooting that can make up for the spacing issues. But honestly, unless you're putting together that type of shooting around them, you're really asking for it in terms of brick shots and just overall spacing issues. And I know LeBron knows that. I know LeBron knows that. I also think he can envision probably a way to kind of work it out so that they can kind of not be on the floor at the same time a lot of the time. And, kind of put more of an emphasis on him being the recipient of Draymond Green plays and stuff like that when they're on the floor to where it doesn't matter as much. I don't know. I'm sure that Bron is already thinking of that. Probably has already talked to Dray about that kind of stuff over the years of their friendship, how they would be able to make it work together if they were to try to play with one another. That's just natural. But I don't think it works. I don't like it in the modern day NBA. Now, maybe if the game changes again and it's not as much of an emphasis on the perimeter, you could slap something together like that and have some success. But in my mind, if you're going to have Draymond Green playing the role that he's used to playing, and you got LeBron James on the floor at the same time for the majority of the game, you're going to have spacing issues, you're going to have shooting issues, and it's not going to be as pretty as they want it to be. Just because we homeboys do not mean we fit on the basketball floor. And that is what I think of that situation. No, absolutely not. I'm cool. We have gone through too many issues with LeBron James not having enough shooting on the floor. We need to not continue to bring him big, expensive pieces that do not shoot. Enough of this. No more. That's why I want the Lakers to not even consider this, man. It's a basketball decision, not about friendships or politics or none of that. We have shooting issues. And you're trying to tell me you're bringing in another power forward that doesn't shoot that's also over the age of 32, 33 years old? That's just stupid. That's stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. So while Draymond Green may want to come to the Lakers, I'm telling you, it don't make no sense for the Lakers to want Draymond Green on no level at all. At the price especially at the price that he wants to be paid at. No way. But even at the price that would be much more comfortable for us, he's still a piece that we can't use properly. We don't need facilitating, especially from a non-shooting person. Absolutely not. That's not what the Lakers need. No. In fact, I'm not certain who does need that. Maybe Portland. Maybe a team like that with Dame being a shooter, and they could probably use a facilitator somewhere else down in their roster. That makes more sense to me. So I don't know what the framework would look like if he wanted to go to Portland. It's a hop skip from Oakland. It probably makes a lot more sense than going to L.A. from a basketball standpoint. And he can go up there and help Dame, and maybe they can actually win something, because that, to me, seems more realistic. But sending him to the Lakers, what we got going on? No. And then what we supposed to do? Next year, give him that bag? We've been going through all this hell to secure that money so we can give it to Draymond Green. Are you crazy? Absolutely not. His own team don't want to pay him that money. Why the hell do we? No, absolutely not. Ain't doing that. Now, that's a nice little cute story because I know they friends, and LeBron likes to play with his friends. And like I said, that's all cool. We've seen him get Tristan Thompson paid, so you can think of a similar situation, all that. That was a mistake. It shouldn't have been done then. So you definitely don't do this now. No. If LeBron wants to win, he'll put the friendship aside, and he'll continue to look for pieces that help the Los Angeles Lakers win championships. And I'm not saying Draymond can't do that. I'm just saying it's currently constructed in this era. I don't see no path to that with Draymond Green and LeBron James at this current prices. Absolutely not. No. Don't do that. So I'm 100,000% against that. I don't think that's going to be what makes us the best possible team we can be. Absolutely not. It's going to be some better defense, you know what I mean? Higher IQ on the floor. Obviously, he's going to make plays easier for certain players. Like Walker and Nunn would love playing with Draymond. LeBron James would love having super high powered facilitator on the floor. When he's not out there, he can buy himself more time. He wouldn't play as much. He can let Draymond do some of that stuff, and he can kind of just be a floating offensive player that doesn't have to think about making others better. But what he's going to find out is that his game is going to get him in a position to want to make players better. And when that happens, he's going to be passing to Draymond Green. And when that happens, he's going to find a play gets broken because Draymond ain't going to score. See how that goes? It's going to happen in the most inopportune times too. Shot clock running out, LeBron James getting doubled, sees no one but Draymond, and he's going to pass to him, and Dray's going to shoot it, and it's going to clink. And I'm going to scream, I'm going to holler, and I'm going to be mad. I see that coming. I don't want that. I don't know. No. Just so he can scream and holler and act crazy in our locker room, where he doesn't have the leverage as the Hall of Famer and all that stuff. I can see the locker room falling apart. He gonna try some of that bully stuff, knock on somebody. Nah, not in purple and gold, bro. Nope. All that. I don't even want him bringing that to us. Honestly, I'm cool, bro. And on top of that, the podcast energy, so you know, with his enemies that he's now created in the media, we already got enough going on there. No. And then we got Pat Bev. He already has some stuff going with the media. It's like, listen, no. I know the Lakers love controversy. We love putting together funny personalities. We're infamous for doing stuff that we have no business doing. It's cost us championships. I swear it has. We need to not do that here. Not at all. I want Kyrie Irving. I want Patrick Beverly. It's because they make sense basketball wise. Draymond and the things that he has going on with him, they don't attach to good basketball, man. Like, you know, we're not just bringing in controversial faces just to bring them in. They got to make sense. They got to make sense. And you mess around, give Draymond Green $25 million a year or some stupid crap like that, we're going to be in the dumps for a very long time. And I don't think that's a secret to anybody. That's not a secret. By the way, Draymond, man, I think the focus for you is to understand that you are in the same boat as Russell Westbrook as of today. I hate to tell you, but the price tag that you have, it's on the ground. Like, nobody wants to pay that, bro. Not even the Warriors won't pay that. But that should have been something that was kind of worked into the equation years ago when you got the last contract because of the style of your game. You know what I mean? You should have known that was going to be what it was for the final contract. So all this should not be, he shouldn't be knocking nobody out thinking he's supposed to be getting a bag over Jordan Poole. He should have known from jump that was not what, no. He should have known that. Working outside of that thinking is delusional to me, honestly. I'm just being completely and utterly real, man. Draymond should have known better. You're the odd man out. You're on a team full of shooters, bro. You can't shoot. How the hell are you going to be prioritized over everybody else? Come on, man. It's not deeper than that. What you have to do, Dray, is bring your price down to make sense for the organization. None of this happens, if you have worked into your equation the fact that you can't shoot on a pure shooting team. None of this happens. I mean, none of it. When I say none of it, bro. None of it. But because you want to get paid sky high and because you want to gain enemies in the media, those two things cannot come together, bro. You can't have both. You can't ask for the big bag and be giving the finger to the media. It don't work. It doesn't work. So that's the mistake that Draymond has done here, man. He thinks that the Warriors are supposed to pay him like he's Jordan Poole. No, bro. Nah. That's not how this works. It's not about what you actually do on the court, because real basketball minds know you do a lot more than probably Jordan Poole does. Truly. But it don't matter. You and I both know it don't matter. It's about how it looks and what they can market. And that's it. Athletes better know that too. But I got a game, I get all the rebounds, I set the best screens, I never foul. No one ever cares, bro. I'm sorry, it's just the real. They ain't never gonna care. They want you to hit 9 threes, bro. Or be 9 feet tall. It's one or the other. It's the NBA. It's the business of basketball. I hate it, just like you do. It is what it is. But, While in it, you can't be delusional about it. You can't keep your price tag high when you're 32 years old, bricking shots and pissing people off. No, bro, you can't ask for them. I want the max and I'm going to get it because I'm Draymond. That's delusional. That's not real. That ain't real. That legacy stuff has nothing to do with the business of basketball because it takes a certain amount of money to keep the team current. So you can have all this great old legacy, and I have to betray that when it's time to put the team together. Players need to know that. It's like the legacy, this, the legacy, that. Yeah, that's cool. But if I don't have this amount of money to get this amount of, I'm going to have a bad team, and it's going to fall back on everybody. Coach get fired, GM get fired. Why? Because I was trying to live up to your legacy, giving you your money, and it all went to shit. You've seen it before? The players need to understand this so that they know what not to ask for, so they don't back these owners into the corner to do all kind of whatever the heck they're going to do to keep from having to pay that money. And that is exactly what we're talking about here. Ain't nobody doing nothing crazy to keep from paying Draymond Green if he knows what his proper price tag should be and doesn't work against that to make people act crazy, etc., etc., etc. Sometimes you back people into a corner and they don't act right. That's what you're seeing with the Golden State Warriors organization. They got back into a corner and who am I gonna pay? Jordan Poole or Draymond Green? If I don't pay Draymond Green, he's gonna do this. He's gonna knock people out. He's gonna Dray's hell. He's gonna tell everybody in the media our dirty laundry. We gotta pay him. No, we can't pay him. All right. Well, damn, he gonna act up a minute. At some point, this dude gonna act up. So this is what we do. We just set up the camera and wait for him to do it. Boom. When he does it, release it to everybody. Show it off. Just like the Celtics did to do it to him. And then we'll have the leverage to get out from under the situation. We ain't got to pay him. We ain't got to pay Jordan. Well, we can pay Jordan, of course, but we can bring down Jordan's price too because he was a part of this. And it's so much that they can do. And then hide behind the fact that they literally didn't do it. I ain't do this. Nah, I was a video guy. Fire him. Fire him. Dude, they brought him in for that. Fire him. That's why he's there. It's a seasonal job. Anyway, the point is, all of this is possible when you simply keep your price too high. And you run around, put your chest out. No, you just a part of what it is they're doing right now, bro. And if you become a problem, they will move you, whether you got the statue outside or you're just a role player on the bench. No matter. Because the beat goes on. And the Wembanyamas and the Kumingas and Moody's, they coming. And either if you ain't gonna put up, play well, and move out the way in terms of the price tag, what you think James Harden's doing? You think he's leaving money on the table because it makes sense to him to do so? No. He's leaving money on the table because that's the game he has to play to win. That's the game he has to play to stay in the league. Price is too high, bro. Bring it down. And they're not going to bring it down for you. They're going to wait for you to do it out of courtesy. Then they're going to start acting up when you don't. This is what we're learning. Bring it down. Simple. Because if you can't do what it is that they're representing in the price, then they're going to do everything they can to get out from under it. Period. Everything. Cutting corners, below the belt, whatever. They getting out from under it. I'm not paying that dude no $25 million. He can't hit shots. But I have to. He's a legacy player. No, I got to get from under that. That's the position they're in. Naturally. I don't even have to know what's going on behind the scenes. I just have to feel the problem myself as somebody who's trying to manage this team. I know what the problem is. They pay all these people, and some of them ain't worth it, but they believe they deserve it. So they got the public opinion with them. They got their own voice. They got all that. How the hell do I keep from having to overpay for this dude I don't want to overpay for? It sucks, man. It doesn't sound good to say. But we got to understand who we are when we keep our price so high, so that we avoid a lot of this nonsense. It's true. And I'll tell you the truth. I don't think any of this happens. If he ain't doing the new media, this is why I can do it better than you, and they need to be watching me, so stop watching you. You know that's money. You taking money out of people's pocket, you know you don't play like that. And people have friends. So you have this problem, I have this problem, we take care of that problem. It's that simple. So I don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes, but I know how people operate when they got a problem, and they need to get themselves from out from under that problem. Yeah, I know how they operate then. This is how. So if Dray has any ideas that maybe this might have been done purposefully, it adds up, buddy. It adds up. Of course it adds up, man. And so it's one of those situations where it's like, all right, And if you don't punch the boy, nothing like this happens. You should have never hit him like that. If there was something like that going on, it shouldn't have been you punching him in the jaw. You hit him in the chest, you grab him, headlock. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. You don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Because you got other players saying they wouldn't go for that. So that tells me it's a little more than what you should have been doing. And when you put in the presence of money, we've already talked about it. I just don't know. As a non-athlete, I have to lean on the opinions of others. And as I listen to more athletes telling me, nah, this ain't how it go, I'm starting to understand that maybe it's not, bro. Maybe it's not. Maybe he actually took this one to a level 9 when they usually only go to 7. So I'm saying, I always try to think about if I'm trying to discipline somebody, what I don't want to do is disable them. As I mentioned in my last video, I ain't trying to disable you. I just want to discipline you. I want you to know why it is you shouldn't do what you did and then get back out there and do what it is we need to do. But if I'm knocking you out so you can't get back out there to do what it is you do, then is it still us? Or is this now about me and I hate you and I'm trying to do harm to you? To what extent, though? You think Draymond's the first guy to have an issue on the team with somebody he don't like and want to put hands on them or worse? You don't do that because of the team. Because you hurt the team. You pride yourself on being the leader. You the team. First guy. How the hell is you putting your own conflicts over the betterment of the team? If you got a real problem with this guy or that guy on the team, okay, then we take care of that when we're not behind the team's payroll, when we're not trying to get something together as a squad. We get the other brothers on the team together to help us solve the situation so it doesn't escalate to something that ends up bleeding into our families and our circumstances, other people. It's just a way to handle these very, very common issues, and I think the fact that they were all handled so poorly on all parties' point of view, from everybody's angle, everybody handled it so poorly. I don't know how everybody gets back to trusting one another in that situation. That doesn't look really possible to me. And the sick thing about it, or the sad thing about it, is if I'm like someone else who wants to come to that situation, I'm now a little more hesitant to come back to that situation. And I say back with thinking about Kevin Durant. I don't know that I really want to go back into that situation when I know that the video stuff is being leaked. See what I'm saying? Golden State has a deeper issue, and that's why I do wonder if they actually did this. Because at the end of the day, if I'm to have one doubt about my theory, it's the fact that did they not anticipate the entire infrastructure of their trust deteriorating in releasing this video like this. Like, y'all didn't see that? Which makes me think it was probably done by somebody who didn't see that. Someone who had the power to do this, but either didn't care about that angle or didn't see that angle. If somebody said it might have been one of the coaches or something like that, that kind of thing. Somebody who definitely not thinking business first, overall business first. No. Because if you're thinking about that, you're definitely not going to let leaks take place that make you look like snitches and like you can't keep stuff in-house. That's bad, man, especially right after Celtics just did it. Part of me thinks that both of these teams probably got attacked at the same time. Somebody knew they had stuff going on and say, hey, let's release both of these things and make both of these organizations look incompetent while they're going through real live struggles. I don't know where the conspiracy would end, but with a mind like mine, I can think of all kinds of stuff. That's what I'm telling you. All I know is there's 3 organizations right now scrambling around like crazy, looking as if they've handled everything poorly. That's what I see. Sometimes it's as it seems, sometimes it's not. Can I fathom a world that all 3 of them just got hit with a real bad attack at the same time that's covered up so good that it's barely visible to see it as such? Yeah, that's exactly what I just described to you. Phoenix Suns, Boston Celtics, and now Golden State Warriors. Boston Celtics were in the finals. Golden State Warriors were in the finals. The Suns were in the finals. Last year, Milwaukee, watch your ass. Watch your ass, buddy. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, man, I don't know, man. I hope for the best for everybody, man. When the collective bargaining agreements stuff starts coming about, you got to understand there's so much other things that could be webbed together with that, man. Outside sources, different people got their stuff involved in that. And so it's just one of those things where I just tell people, athletes, just stay on guard, take care of what you can take care of. You know what I mean? If you believe in something, stay prayed up, all that, because it's treacherous, man. It's treacherous. It's simply treacherous, and it's not like you're going to be given all you need to know to understand how best to price yourself. You know what I mean? They're not gonna. It doesn't benefit everyone to tell you how best to view you, athlete. It really doesn't. You just gotta kind of know this stuff. I guess that's why I'm here. That's why people like me just speak the way we do, because it's needed. It's needed. It's literally needed. But you got to look at things a certain way, because the people who are in charge definitely are. That's for dang sure. That's what I always tell you about just about everything I talk about. But anyway, man, guard yourself, man. Guard your thoughts. Guard what you do. That's what I was always taught. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching.